Hey, I'm Akash. I'm one of the co-founders and co-hosts along with Sarang Kunde at F1 FanFiction. If you haven't checked us out, go check us out at any platform, anywhere you can find us. The handle is at the rate F1 FanFiction. I'm joining these lovely folks at IFF1. The episode's going to be a fun one because I think we are pre-discussing the Australian Grand Prix that's coming this weekend. Just to let you guys know, before we started recording, I think we've got some strong, good opinions amongst the three of us. So this is going to be a nice episode. So stick with us all the way through the end. I wanna throw this off to probably Aviral and Rohan, both of y'all. Red Bull versus Ferrari. I think this is what we've been seeing for the past two races. How do you think this is going to transpire going ahead?
All right.
Okay, so
So,
yeah,
Aviral, first you.
yeah. So I think it's been a welcome change, not for the Mercedes fans, of course, but definitely it's been a welcome change for Ferrari fans because like they have been, waiting for years and years. Like
Yes.
last, I think 2019 was the time when Seb was taking the fight to Lewis, and people were writing off Mattia Binotto, and they had come up with so many memes. And
Yeah.
but definitely like we all knew that Charles Leclerc was the driver who could fight for championships, and Science himself has shown enough talent and speed that he can be a title contender himself. And we were just waiting for Ferrari to come back with the car. And yeah, so I've been reading what Mattia has said, and he's sounding pretty confident that Ferrari is up for the challenge, and Ferrari has upgraded its facilities, upgraded its wind tunnel, all the systems they have, and
Right.
they're ready to take the fight for the next 3 to 5 years to Red Bull and Mercedes. And I think Red Bull has picked up very well from the last season, and I mean, kudos to them that they fought till the last race and won last year, and still they're at the top in this season.
Yeah.
And I think like it's it's definitely Mercedes and Ferrari is something we are definitely going to see in 2022. Yeah.
True. Rohan, before I come to you, I think like I
Yeah,
share my
yeah,
opinions with Viral here.
yeah, yeah.
What I want from probably you is, this emotion is very coming new into the season, but for our fans here, like we know you are a hardcore Mercedes fan at heart.
Yeah,
So I want you to
absolutely.
so I want you to take this and then be like, where does Mercedes fit into this picture at this point?
All right. So every time people talk about the entire Red Bull and the Ferrari rivalry, uh, see, we as Mercedes fans certainly feel that we are being left out at one point of time because we have been leading in this conversation. Okay, it has always been us against others, and finally we are feeling left out. But yeah, I think we will be getting back there. And yeah, I struggled very hard to just keep my mouth shut whenever people are talking about Red Bull, especially past year. So it's like a hell of a ride. How do I say it?
Right. No, that's a good point here. Like, and I feel going into this race, there's news that Mercedes has made a few upgrades and to their car. At least I'm excited to see how this is going to transpire into performance on track. Feel like at the end of the day, every car's trying to get better, right? So Mercedes trying to make this change. How does this sort of scale up with other things?
Absolutely. See, what we can see is that Mercedes can get there. Okay, so obviously last Grand Prix they were terribly unlucky. We could have got that P3 at least. We could have even gone to the P2 if that goddamn safety car didn't
I
came at the
agree.
end.
I agree.
But anyway, that safety car came and it ruined chances for us. But then again, we have seen this from time to time that Lewis Hamilton's like excellence at the car, even at a car which is driving like a bullock cart, he's driving it to an absolute how do I say to an absolute best. He's
Yeah.
taking out every performance he has from that car and driving it all the way up. Obviously, there's a little bit of luck factor involved in that, but yeah.
True, but this is a good point you raise, and I want to ask Aviral about this, which is So they've made some track changes where some of the corners have become more of a fast corner or just like a curve to that extent. And we've seen in the past two races that straight line speed and just speed in general has been a forte for both Red Bull and Ferrari. So my personal take is I like the new track. Leke aao, the new changes and whatever you want to bring in, make it a bit more fast at this point. But what do you guys think overall? What do you think of the new track? And then how do you think Mercedes changes will they fare, or is it just all humbug?
Yeah, so I guess I think we are in need for some track changes, and we've seen track changes at Abu Dhabi, and F1 is trying out to bring in more close wheel-to-wheel racing at all tracks, and I'm up for track layout changes, and obviously it brings in more challenges. Drivers have to learn the U-turns, and they have to bring in more strategy. They have to adapt to the track, and it's a new variable. They have to figure it out. Also, so uh, like F1 drivers were asked to give their opinions, and they were asked to give their inputs to for the track changes, including Daniel Ricciardo. So if Honey Badger is and he has said in an interview that he's pretty happy with the track
Yes.
changes, and so he looks forward to these new layouts. And I think so there are some turns which have been taken out, some chicanes, and it could lead to more wheel to wheel racing, cars able to follow each other through to the last corner. And if we can have some heavy vehicles like Daniel take use of that long stretch, then I'm up for it, like let's bring it on. Yeah.
Absolutely. See, my opinions are quite different from Aviral's. Okay, so I am not at all a fan of the current Melbourne track per se. Okay, the sole reason is that I believe that they had a very hard braking, and then there was a short right hand turn. Okay, which then coming towards the round, and then you end towards the. Then you have a very hard braking, and then you go towards your right hand side.
Right.
So instead of that, now what they have done is that they have removed that the first part of the right hand turn, and they have
Right.
made it a whole straight. I'm not really understanding why do you want to do that, because what that point had one of the major overtakes in the past years that we have seen.
Right. I mean,
Aviral.
I sort of, so I have a defense for FIA here, which is I feel the cars in their current config, at least for the past two races, we don't have much data point yet for sure, but like with the past two races, we've seen that the straighter the track is without like sharp corners, the closer the racings have been. And my whole agreement on like this new change is because I'm getting close racing. I'm trying. The best part is, dude, who would have thunk that Alfa Romeo and Haas are going to be all the way up there taking the fight up with Mercedes? And I feel all of that is just
Absolutely.
happening because of these changes at this point.
Absolutely
I think
right.
what's funny is that now we are talking beating Russell and Lewis, but in an
Exactly.
when
And
he
the
was
best part
fighting.
is that too without team orders. This time there's not going to be any team orders. It's going to be both
we
of
are
them
again
itself.
we are again going there. Okay, I understand. Okay, you guys are grilling me. I get it. I get it. I get it. See, uh, we as fans have been bullies till now, so it's now our time to get bullied. It's okay. We understand that.
The
It's okay.
tables have turned, yes,
That,
yes.
yeah, the tables have indeed turned.
No,
But
but
I think
indeed, I
at
mean,
Melbourne,
Mercedes keeps giving us, sorry, but Rohan, like Mercedes keeps giving us masterclass after masterclass from Lewis Hamilton. That point is undeniable. The way he drives his
absolutely.
car is just brilliant. Even if someone who doesn't like Hamilton, if they disagree to the fact, they're missing out on a huge thing. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, you see this the exact. This is the exact point that I raised at the start of the
Yes.
podcast. It was sheer brilliance of Hamilton and his consistency. You see that Hamilton does not play very aggressively unless and until he absolutely has to.
Yeah.
He is very calculated in that, and that reflects that 7-time world championship. That
Yep.
reflects.
Totally.
But I think it's
But
something
then,
of a nice challenge that Mercedes has ki bhai theek hai, dominate kar liya.
huh,
Now let's see how good you are in coming back from a challenge.
right. Nay,
Yeah,
on
and they
that,
are doing pretty good,
We can
I
say Ferrari
guess.
has come back from a challenge. Ferrari has come back from a slump. So I'm pretty sure Mercedes will come back. McLaren will come back. I mean, I being a McLaren fan, I cannot even imagine seeing McLaren at outside P10 now.
right,
When especially they were fighting for P3 last year with Ferrari, and
true.
so I believe all these teams have racing pedigrees, and like ups and downs will happen. But I guess with Toto Wolff and all, Mercedes is gonna bounce back.
True. And I mean, I think my concern at this point is probably for all constructors that are with the Mercedes engine. So, I mean, McLaren is definitely a point there, but even I think Aston Martin is running a Mercedes engine, right? So they've been struggling as well a bit. The sad part for me personally is the personal record agar dekhe on this track. Sebastian Vettel in Ferrari has the highest wins or something. It's something along those lines. This weekend he's back. Finally, he's back. But he's gonna race from a car जो पिछले दो race में it's not been doing that good, right? So I mean, Vettel in a car that we know is not gonna perform on a track where he's dominated for years. It's just a bit
Yeah,
What
so
are,
I
what are
think
your,
Sebastian has been. I mean, after his Red Bull years, you can just say that luck has not been on his side,
yeah.
and missing out these two races, and it's like a season opener for him, and but I think, like you said, it's a problem which all Mercedes cars are facing, and it's pretty like there's no clear answer anybody is giving why all Mercedes cars are facing this issue, because apparently it's not just the engine, and all the Ferrari cars are doing well, and not many people are able to give a clear answer for this.
True.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I
also,
remember. Yeah,
yeah,
Viral,
yeah.
you were saying something.
No, I
I
was
just
just going
remembered
to this
something.
point. Yeah, tell me what you.
Yeah, someone was saying that the moment Ferrari will start to perform, FIA will come up with something. But apparently it has not come up yet, Viral.
No, so FIA has gone over to the dark side already last year, no, when they helped Red Bull with the title.
Gotcha.
Oh my God,
So
that's
those
going to
days
be
of
super controversial. You might want to mince your words a bit.
Chalo, we need some controversies also.
No, but that is true. At least I feel like with whatever happened last year, right wrong is a different thing and a whole different episode and a debate to begin with. Um, FIA is trying to be on some redemption path. That's one. But with that, the
Absolutely.
first thing that I noticed with this track, and I'm maybe jumping a bit here, but it was like four DRS zones. Why this? So while I agree to every change that's coming to this track and the thing that's are changing in FIA and all of those things, why does this track need four DRS zones? That is something I can't digest.
And I'm actually looking it up. Now you have said that we have four DRS zones. I must have done my homework. Terrible of me. But yeah,
It's like,
nonetheless, four DRS
yeah,
zone. Wow.
I think
it's
it's just literally like they're just desperately trying to bring more closer racing. I mean, DRS is one thing which we're sure at least if even on shorter straights you can't overtake it, but you can at
yeah.
least get close to the other guy, and in the next straight you can probably slipstream and catch him up. So yeah, somebody joked that eventually the whole track is gonna become a DRS track.
Man.
End up racing on Daytona,
No,
sure. Yes, that's something I can
Yeah,
get.
see, one thing is
Daytona.
obvious. One thing is obvious. The Australian circuit, obviously not this one, but the previous Australian circuit, it was really amazing. You brake hard at turn one, you take a quick right-hand turn, and then you go full throttle until you reach turn to DRS zone. Then you
Yeah.
come towards turn 3, heavy braking. Then you do a right hand turn. It's like a whole square thing. It's amazing, man. But now I guess 4 DRS zones. Wow. I mean, the very beauty of this year's car is that they are racing quite closer compared to the previous years that we had. Previous
Yeah.
years, the cars were facing a lot of issues. But nowadays, I think only the Mercedes is having an issue. What to say? We were having some issues regarding purposing, if that's what it's, if
Yeah,
that's
it
how I
does
spell
look
it right.
like.
Yeah, we are
Yeah,
having
it
some
does look
issues
like
with
it is
purposing.
that. Yes, that's true. But I don't think it's completely Mercedes because last race we saw even the Renault engine noped out, right? Like Ricardo's car completely gave up at one point. Um,
Yeah,
so there is.
that's a
Sorry, not
different
Ricardo. I
thing.
mean Alonso's car. Sorry, in the Alpine, he
Alonso.
completely gave up. So Renault is also going back to its 2019-20 roots of not being consistent. But we'll see. We'll see where that ends up.
See, right now it's actually quite early to predict anything. Right now
Guys,
you cannot even
expect,
predict the championship.
can we expect Mick to get back in points at Sonoda? What about
Ooh.
these two guys? They have had like pretty bad string of races.
I think Sunoda definitely for sure. He's starting to be promising. He's starting to be promising for sure. Mick, I still have my concerns. Like I haven't seen like a graph on him the way Sunoda's shown a graph on himself. Mick is that consistent good second driver at this point that can drive for the team. But my money would be on Sonoda because he's shown a good career graph at this point.
Yeah, and I do not want Nicholas Latifi to crash again in this Grand Prix. Please do not crash. Because
Who is going to ask him to leave Williams if he crashes again, and Lewis suffers because of that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's there.
I really
Um,
hope Gasly wins. I really
Has
want
got,
Gasly to win.
yeah. I'll just add that Mick this year has got a good teammate because last year obviously he had Mazepin and himself was a rookie. But
Oh,
with
yes.
Magnussen this year and
Magnussen.
yeah, so he's got
Magnussen is
somebody.
killing it, boy. Absolutely killing it.
true,
Yes,
true.
I think he's actually taking us to the actual pace that the car has, and he's in the top 10, and I feel Mick Schumacher should at least start stepping up, and he should get into the top 10.
Yeah, yeah. And more
Absolutely.
than that, at least what I expect good coming out of Haas is K-Mag's going to bring in that experience that he can sort of drive back to the team for sort of the car's development as well. So while Mick starts and comfortable in that seat, K-Mag can sort of start lifting the team up. But what I
Yeah,
genuinely want, and if anyone from FIA is listening to this, what I really want is just a 2 hour race session of a mic on the Haas team. Just put it somewhere in the Haas garage. Günther Steiner is gonna shout so loud that I'm gonna hear it. Just the fans need it. Come on, just do that.
direct access to Gunther's radio.
Netflix
That
has got you covered. You don't need to worry about it.
But I gotta wait
Netflix
for
has
a
got you
whole
covered.
year, right? This is I want this right now.
yeah,
But then the excitement will go. That's why Netflix takes a whole year. You see, that's why they take so much time.
That's true. That's true.
Anyway,
Bulls I think in for a killer race, and this race is gonna show if Ferrari is truly there, or was it just the circuit, was it just the track, and
Right.
I guess
absolutely.
It's
इधर अगर Ferrari निकाल लिया तो हो गया भाई.
yeah, the lead will be quite a lot for sure. वो फिर
Yeah.
fight tough होने वाला है आगे जाके.
तो फिर home like if Ferrari wins here, I would say that around 2% of 25% of the homework is done.
homework for what?
Homework for the championship, my brother, my fellow
Oh,
comrade.
Yes, Ferrari is there. I think Red Bull has to keep consistently fighting, but Ferrari has the championship winning car this time.
Yeah, I think Akash is having some issues with his audio, I guess. Akash, are you there? I
Akash has
guess.
gone completely. He's frozen at the prospect of Ferrari winning the title.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess on that terrible note, we will end.
Yeah, so I think it was nice fun chatting with you
Yeah,
guys,
absolutely,
and
man.
let's catch up after the race to see like how it went, and
Sure, dude.
what
Oh my
predicted.
goodness.
I just connection, I guess.
No
Sorry
problem.
about that.
Yeah, Akash, we
Well,
we just
yeah,
have to make some predictions now. That's it.
Oh, is it on me?
Yeah, yeah. You first. Let's go.
Let's see. Let's see. All right. I'm gonna say. I think this is gonna be a track for redemption for Perez. So I want to say like Perez P1, Leclerc P2, and then Sainz P3.
Okay, interesting. Aviral, yours?
I'll go for Science. Carlos Sainz getting his first Formula One victory. I really want him to win, and so Leclerc has a healthy lead. So let's reverse it. I would go for Max P2, Perez P3, Sainz P4, so that gap
Okay.
comes down.
Okay,
And yeah, I hope
interesting.
McLaren ends up in top 10, at least one of them.
All right. Time for my
Yeah.
prediction. So
Fingers
I
crossed.
guess
Fingers crossed.
Latifi will crash again, and that will screw up Hamilton again. Okay, that's the first prediction. Second prediction is that on a serious note. So I guess P1 would be Max. P2 P2 would be I guess Science, and P3 Leclerc.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I think like a common theme there is we want the Ferraris up there. So at least
We
that's
definitely
happening.
want that. I mean, we have seen them being really pain. It has been really painful as an F1 fan. There
Yeah.
is so much history involved with Ferrari.
True.
You know,
True.
F1 is known by the name of a Ferrari. Like if you say F1 to someone, automatically the other person will say, "Oh, Michael Schumacher. Oh,
Yeah.
Lewis
Red
Hamilton.
color car.
Red color
Yeah.
car."
That's true.
Okay,
Hmm.
so that red has always been with the F1. So I guess yeah.
Okay, so I think it's time to wind it. And so thank you for listening to us, and subscribe to our channel IFF1. We have a WhatsApp group. You can join us in our community. We're there on Instagram. Akash can share about his community. Please do that, Akash.
Hey, yeah. So yeah, go subscribe to IFF1. It was a pleasure, guys, chatting with you all. But once you've done that, come subscribe F1 Fanfiction too. You can find us on any platform that exists under the sun. That's somewhat popular. I mean, just search for fan, and you'll find us Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and the podcast stream. Come hit us up. And if you want to chat with us, do that too, by all means. We just love talking with the community.